Welcome, everybody. It's the Inebriated podcast. It's your host, Sam C, and my co-host,
JDot. One hold of the soul equestrian. What's going on, baby?
What's going on? Welcome, everybody. It's the last week in June. Here we are. The Inebriated podcast. A lot of things are going on. A lot of improvements are going to be happening very, very soon. Coming to our viewers, thank you, man, for checking us out on all social media platforms. Continue to do so. Like, comment, subscribe, and share on all social media platforms. We really do appreciate everything that you guys are giving to us because we're giving this to you. And this is all for you guys. This is literally off the strength. So, JDot, what's going on with you?
Just another day in paradise, man. Can't really complain.
True. Yeah. Salute to that, brother. Pop the bottle. Our first episode.
You already know.
Like our first episode.
Just working, dog. You know how it is, man.
True. I mean, we got a lot of things going on.
Summertime.
We got a lot of things going on, especially in sports, man. The sports world is going crazy. And actually, I want to start off because we jumped into a little bit off camera, but I want to actually ask you a question completely off of what we were talking about earlier. What do you feel about like the Big Three League in basketball? I
love it.
You love it?
I love it. You know, it's a different pace. You know what I'm saying? It's
different score schedule.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, but you know, I also grew up on like motherfuckers going and playing at the Rucker. Or like, I remember when I was a jit and like somebody in lunch was just like, hey, you heard about and one? And you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, the and one mixtape joint. No, I do miss those days as well. You know, I thought those were actually the most iconic times in basketball history next to, you know, obviously the NBA being created, you know, and the inclusion of the ABA. Like, that was probably the second most iconic thing to happen for basketball as we have it now, you know what I mean? Like in my modern history, like,
I mean, it definitely shaped basketball,
right?
Because I mean, you could see a shift because every you know, there's a generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't talk about, you know what I'm saying? I can't talk about George the Iceman Gervin, none
right,
like that. You know, we wasn't around that stuff.
Right.
But like, I remember as a kid and my old boy, you know, because my old boy was nasty at ball. Like, that's why I'm telling you, I'm gonna bust your ass.
Okay.
But like, my old boy was nasty at ball. That's going to be in a later episode, but we're going to take it to the park.
Oh, yeah, we're going to film it. It's going to be on film. Don't worry.
Know.
So when he catches ass whooping, it's official.
Yeah, I'm going to Photoshop the shit out of that if that happens. but you know what I'm saying? And like, when I was growing up, I was just like, no, man, Michael Jordan. And my old boy was just like, man, Michael Jordan, my ass.
Right.
Julius Erving was the greatest basketball player I've ever. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those old motherfuckers.
Right.
And, you know, different generations. So it's like, you know, there was a generation where it's like, bomb. It became Magic and Bird. And that became that. And then the next step in the basketball generational, you know, era timetable.
Patrick Ewing and Jordan.
Was Jordan. Fuck Patrick Ewing. You got to remember. Patrick Ewing ain't winning no chips since college. Jordan was the reason why Ewing ain't win no chips his entire life. It was Jordan.
Right, but that rivalry was just so iconic.
Exactly. But since then, but that's also a different time because, you know, it's not like now where basketball is one and done and, you know, you go there for 1 year real quick just to get your hype up and yeah. That's back when ball players stayed for 2-3 years, refined their game and came. That's how you see a little bit of the difference in the product in the NBA. Because dudes are coming in now that need to refine certain things. Back then, like, shit was already refined. Like, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker like Jordan had his shit refined. A motherfucker like Ewing had his shit refined. A motherfucker like Olajuwon, you know what I'm saying, had his shit refined. But, you know, it's different generational things. And, like, now you see it shift, you know what I'm saying, with AI. I should say, excuse me, before I jump into now. AI was the other generational shift. Like, AI coming in, you know what I'm saying? He got tattoos.
Right.
You didn't see that shit before. You didn't see that shit before. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he came in, he had the low boy, like, you know, he didn't have the braids, but it was a different attitude. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he came through with the crossover. Like, you didn't see shit like that before.
Oh, yeah, he revolutionized basketball.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like that was definitely one era. And, like, the way that he played definitely influenced and inspired a lot of people now. Like Kawhi would tell you that his favorite player was Allen Iverson when he was growing up. So it definitely inspired a lot of dudes to like want to be a little bit more flashy, which I guess led way to like shit like and one and stuff like that. Like like Kobe at the record was still one of the most beautiful things in the world, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Hell, even fucking Steve Francis at the records. No, Steve Francis was out there breaking everybody ankles. Like that shit was not like I used to be
they
a
were
big
street
fan.
ballers. Like they can go back and forth between their cosmetic aspect of I ain't got the word right now, but just like regulated basketball. And then they can go and switch it up when they get into the public, like these public parks and these public places, and
like,
really put street ball down.
I guess you could say like the NBA in that situation. I'm assuming like we just say like the NBA would be like you go to work in the cubicle, you get your suit and tie.
Right.
The ruggers, you just out there, hey, you just being yourself.
Right. Exactly.
And that's what that's what I loved about it, because it's like you're seeing like Kobe's
a monster.
Kobe's Kobe. I was actually earlier today. I was watching the 2009 playoffs, Rockets versus the Lakers, and it was Shane Battier sticking Kobe.
Right,
Shane Battier is one hell of a motherfucking defender.
Oh,
like he's
sure.
one of the greatest defenders, probably definitely
especially when
of
he was
my
on
lifetime.
Heat. Yeah,
no, but definitely in my lifetime. And he was on Kobe, bro. I'm telling you, like black on this table. And Kobe was draining shots over him, draining shots over Yao Ming. Like Kobe was just doing shit that you can't even explain.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like this, you know what I'm saying? 09, I think 09 was the year that that the Lakers beat the Magic, I believe. Because I think in 08, I think I don't really remember too much. This is going straight off the head. You know what I'm saying? I know the Lakers lost to the what's it called?
The Spurs?
No. They lost to the Celtics. And then I don't remember what happened, and then like I remember like the Lakers didn't beat the Magic because I was out west, and Kobe dunked on fucking Dwight Howard, rubbed nuts all on the back of his head.
I remember that.
Like same straight nutsack on the back of his head.
Right.
That shit was crazy.
But Dwight Howard's like the good guy. I forgot he had a certain title, like a certain like nickname. I forgot what it was. The Good Samaritan.
No, maybe like Superman.
Well, we had Superman because of the dunk, but before that, he was like how like Tim Duncan is like I forgot what it's called. Like he's Mr. like
Tim Duncan a different character.
No, I forgot, but he's called like the big when somebody's just regulated, like somebody's just the big fundamental. He's called the big fundamental, Tim Duncan. Dwight Howard had like the Good Samaritan fucking title because he was just so nice.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. They calling him Superman and all that shit. He was definitely more like Clark Kent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel bad for him because he got a bad rep once he came to the Lakers because his back was all fucked up.
Right. Well, he already had hit past his prime. That's what it was.
It was with that dog. Like if Kobe would have waited for him to like sit that injury, I think they would Dwight would have came back and dominated because Andrew Bynum was like dominating all that shit.
Yeah.
And then when they got Dwight, you know what I'm saying, he was hurt. And like Kobe forced him to play, and then it became some where like Kobe's such a competitor that Kobe plays broken fingers, all that shit.
Right, but he needed a big man, and
the problem is Dwight Howard. I guess you know what I'm saying. One would assume like mentally not tough enough and stuff like that.
Right.
So it became that the rumor around the league and all that stuff that said, damn, well Dwight's soft. If Kobe called him soft, he's soft.
Right.
And boom, and then it stuck with him unfortunately for his whole career. But no. I really like that Big Three shit. I like what they're doing. And it's they actually just had a little fight I don't know if it was last week or just a couple of days ago.
Really?
They had a little fight out there, man. It was what's his name? I think it was Josh Smith that was out there fighting. Josh Smith, you know what I'm saying, with the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? It was a little fight going on the court. Like, it wasn't no fist thrown or nothing like that.
Right, just a little shove.
But it did happen. It did happen in the same stadium where the Malice at the Palace happened.
Okay.
Back in them days, it was the Little Caesars Arena, you know, down there in Detroit. You know, it ain't called that anymore. But, it was a little, I guess you could say, a kerfuffle. One would say,
okay.
You know, but it was nice though, you know what I'm saying? But I really like what they're doing because, you know, it brings a different energy because now it's 3-on-3, you know, it's a little bit more fast paced.
Right, and I like it. The reason I bring that up is because, you know, just the dynamic of like there being a 4-point point range that you could shoot from, and then there being a, you know what I'm saying, like they adding more dynamic to the shooting ranges to where you could score points, like the way you could score points. Like there's a 2, or 3, and a 4.
See, what I like about that is because you brought it up earlier when you were like, oh, the ABA and all that stuff. Because, the ABA had a 3-point line first. The NBA never had it. Like, Like if there was a 3-point line when Jerry West, the logo played.
Oh, he would have had
he would have way more point. No, well, not way more championships. Unfortunately, my dog had the curse. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the same kind of shit like LeBron. He went to the finals a lot.
Right.
He ain't win a lot, but he's still great. Like you never take nothing away from that. This is a team sport. But like a lot of his shit, like I remember, like one of his greatest moments was hitting a game tying 2-pointer, but the 2-pointer was literally at the half court mark.
Right.
Like there was nothing. When they integrated with when they bought out the ABA and they made them integrate, the teams that made it, saying that were making enough money to join the NBA. Excuse me. They adopted that 3-point line. So like to me, just throwing it out there, how would you feel like if they want to adopt something like
a 4-point
or like a 4-point line, but to make it a little bit more fair, while adapting that 4-point line, you get rid of the first 3 rows of the court side,
right,
and make it that the court is wider up until the first row of court side and a half. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you got to get rid of 3.
And
how would you feel about that? And it gives the players a little bit more protection from like jumping into fans. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a little bit more room. How would you feel about them adopting that 4-point and widening the court?
And I somewhat agree with that, but the only thing that I had to stop and say is that now you're widespreading the game. And the problem is that there's like, even with soccer, I think soccer is just too widespread. It's not enough dynamic to where people are like in consistent like defense mode or consistent offense mode, and then you're gonna get a lot of long balls over the head. You know what I'm saying? Like the cherry picking is gonna be redundant in that type of game.
But we got rules against cherry picking in basketball. And the same thing in soccer. You got offsides and all that stuff. Like you got rules against that kind of stuff.
Right, but as far as like throwing the ball all the way across the field and just scoring, there's no law against it.
No, because the only thing that's gonna happen is you don't make it longer. No, not longer.
No, you're wider, right? But what
make it wider because we've already seen that like the corner threes is everybody's favorite because the way an arc works, it's the shortest distance for a 3.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You just make it a little bit wider, just a little bit wider. But you're gonna implement the 4-point. That's what I'm saying. Right. You're just not making it wider. It remains a 3.
It is still the hardest shot, I believe. Like the corner shot is still the hardest shot. It's the lowest percentage shot. It's literally under 10%. Nobody really has over 10%.
But actually nowadays because now we're talking about errors.
Distance, right.
Now we're talking about errors. That's one of like the easiest shots for them. The hardest 3-point shots are really the ones, you know what I'm saying?
From the corner, from the arc.
No, not on the corner. Like those are the easiest ones.
No, not corner ends. I'm saying the arc.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like those right there, from the top.
Right.
Those right there are the hardest ones. Mathematically or
distance-wise, yeah.
What do you want to say? What they call it? Analytically.
Analytically, right.
Yeah. But a 4-point play, you know what I'm saying?
It has some grounds where it could possibly work. And that's why I just wanted to bring that into the conversation real quick to see what you feel about it, because I think their season is now happening or it's coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to implement that real quick into the sports conversation. But let's get into the real sports conversation that we were really having, where we have breaking news as of today, not when you guys see this, as of today, we have Mr. Toronto himself, Mr. Kawhi Leonard going to the Brooklyn. We have Kawhi Leonard possibly going to the Lakers, and we got Kevin Durant, Mr. OKC, Mr. Golden State, fucking ankle breaker. We got him going to the Brooklyn Nets. How do you feel about it,
bro? That shit is just crazy. I mean, see, when I was watching, when I was a youngin', it wasn't no Brooklyn Nets, bro. It was the New Jersey Nets. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was different. So it's like, Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? I think it was like 4 years, 141, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And now they're saying like KD, 4 years. And it's just like, man, like, what's going to happen to the Knicks, bro? Like the Knicks are relegated. Like, they're going to be, like, what are they?
Stephen A. feels so bad for the Knicks.
Because you got, I've been to that Brooklyn Nets stadium. A beautiful stadium. Everything around it is beautiful except, you know what I'm saying, for the Jacks. For the Jacks, of course, that's right down the street. But everything was beautiful around it, and it's just like, dog. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, is James Dolan gonna completely implode the whole New York Knicks franchise? Like, is he fucking it up that bad? Like, nobody wants to play for the Knicks? Like, the Knicks are still the Knicks. Like, when you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even an old motherfucker. When I think Brooklyn Nets, I think of New Jersey, Jason Kidd, motherfucking Richard Jefferson.
Right.
Like, I'm thinking Richard Jefferson. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of them teams that got swept by the Lakers in the final. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking like Brooklyn Nets. I went there for a Jay-Z concert.
All right.
I was in there ashing blunts out on the fucking hardwood and shit.
Allegedly.
Like, man, because later that week, the Heat was going up there to play. So I was just, you know what? Fuck these motherfuckers. Right by their home bench. I was like digging shit on it. Man, fuck these motherfuckers. Allegedly. It might have been a motherfucker that looked like me.
Facts.
If the law asks.
Facts. Okay, so we got KD going to Brooklyn. It's locked and sealed. Now we got Kawhi Leonard possibly thinking about going to the Lakers. Do you think it's a good move for him or no?
To me, that man could do whatever he want to do, dog.
I personally think he should stay in Toronto. He won the championship. He's got a settled base right there. I mean, Toronto should give him as much money as they can to keep him. And I mean,
hell, there was a I don't know if he's like a multi-millionaire or like a billionaire, but this dude for Toronto told Kawhi straight up, he was like, if you re-sign with the Raptors, I will give you the penthouse in the most exclusive building in downtown, like free of charge. Like, you will get it. Like, I would just hand you the keys,
right? Just
and be
to
like,
stay.
Good looks, dog.
That's what's up.
Like, they won him over there,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know the reputation. Canadians are real nice. That's
really
I mean, that's
no,
the reputation.
No, they are really nice. No, they are. I mean, they
not
might
on I-95.
Right, they might not tip, but they really nice. Like,
I mean,
personality wise. In South Florida, this is just
I'm gonna defend
you.
you. No, I'm gonna defend y'all Canadians just for that comment, and then I'm gonna let my dog talk. Nowhere in the world do they tip. They actually get.
But the U.S., right?
Servers actually get paid a regular ass motherfucking wage.
Living wage, and that's true.
It's the business owners that are lazy as hell in America. They making us, the customers, pay for the wages that they really should be paying.
Fact.
But I digress. But you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that. But so with.
It's cold in Canada. I wouldn't want to be in Canada.
No, me neither. And actually, I just found out that because I'm not checking for these people. Like, Kawhi is actually from LA. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No.
Oh, not LA, Oakland or some shit like that. He's from Cali.
No. I believe he's from LA. Like, his story is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he used to work at a car wash with his old boy, and you know, and he used to be out there all the time, every summer helping him out. And then when he went to college type shit, like it wasn't even too long ago. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't at the car wash that day. The motherfuckers came through, killed his old boy.
Oh shit!
Like and they say that like that's why he really doesn't talk that much. Like ever since that happened, like he just stopped really talking too much and shit like that.
Right.
He just keeps to himself
And be about the game.
You know, so like he really don't care about the media. He don't care about none of the fame or none of the come with it. And you know what I'm saying, bro. When he was with the Spurs, dog, he was amazing when he was with the Spurs. I will never forget when they beat the Heat, though. Like that shit
traumatizing.
was jaw dropping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there faded, my dog faded.
Yeah.
Bon, we over there like, oh man, we about to.
No, how he dominated the whole Hassan Whiteside. Like, it just showed his dominance in the league. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a young player coming up. Like, it showed like what potential he had and what he can bring to a franchise, and that's why.
Hey, it's time to take a shot. See, like, we have a rule here on the podcast. I mean, it hasn't been enforced. It doesn't happen too often. But right now, this was an egregious violation of the rules. My dog just mentioned Hassan Whiteside and about the defense. Hassan Whiteside wasn't even in the NBA when
Kawhi was playing.
No, when the Heat were playing the Spurs in the finals.
I'm not saying the finals.
He wasn't even. I don't care what you say, but I took it that way, and I'm sure the fans gonna take it that way.
Facts.
So give us 1 second. It's time for him to pay his ransom.
My tax. Go ahead.
Boom. No taxation without representation. Bomb. Ooh.
That's good. So, okay. So when they played them in the regular season, I just seen the dominance in Kawhi Leonard, and. Again, I'm not a super fan. I'm not even a fan like that. I'm not a stan. I'm not trying to, dick ride the nigga because he won. Literally, he won. Congrats for him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hell, dog. I mean, he was the MVP when the Spurs beat the Heat. He was the MVP now. He was the only person that was able to shut down Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
He was the only one that was able to shut him down. Bam, finished that.
That's what I'm saying. The dynamic of his play is worth it.
He showed you. He can go wherever he wants because now 2 different teams, Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who was talking shit about him because he said, "Hey, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't feel like I'm ready," even though the doctors are clearing it. Because I feel him. Because I've had a workman's comp claim before at work. And the workman comp doctors on some shit like, nah, you fine. And I'm telling the doctor, bro, I'm telling you, I'm not fine. Right. Like, well, I can't measure it. If they can't measure your pain,
right?
Then you know what I'm saying. To them, they think you're faking it.
Right.
But you know your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we got these bitches out here talking about healing crystals and burning sage and doing all that shit, bro, I know for a fact if I go like this and I feel good. And then I go like this and I feel okay. It's something wrong over here. Because I know my body. Ain't nobody going to tell me about me like me about myself.
Ain't nobody going to tell nobody about my body because it's my body.
No, but facts. So imagine a doctor. Remember, this is just a workman comp doctor for my company. Imagine a doctor that's treating a workman comp injury for a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. He gonna try to get the motherfucker back on the court. Hey man, nah, you good.
AKA KD situation right now, man. And you made the best decision, brother.
Nah, that's a little different. Nah, he fucked it. He shouldn't even got on the court.
That's what I'm saying.
He shouldn't even got
That's what I'm saying. Golden State really did abuse that because he was ending his contract. So they were like, hey, come on. You know what I'm saying? You had to, bro. Because then you would have had left. You would have had left and you would have had that way.
They pressured him to me because they were down in the series. On top of that, like all the other dudes that were injured and they were like, oh, well, I'm injured. But it's like, look what happened, man.
Right,
at the end of the day, dog, like, you know your body.
Yes.
You know your body. Like, there's nothing around it. Like, you know, especially in a sport like that, dog, because the fans don't care about you, man. They don't. That's why I'm not a fan of teams.
Right.
Like, the only team I root for is the home team because I live here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We got to see it.
I got to rep the Heat because, you know what I'm saying, I live here. But in reality... Excuse me. Like, ain't no team and all like that. Like, nah, dog. Like, I'm a fan of the players. And, you know what I'm saying? What I don't understand is that everybody out here, you know, all the fans of sports teams, you know what I'm saying, you got 9 to 5s. You got, you know what I'm saying, you a regular, like the majority of y'all ain't even salaried employees. Like, y'all motherfuckers work by the hour.
Facts.
And then y'all got the audacity to tell a basketball player, like, no, you got to do that. Oh, you ain't loyal. You got to do it. Like, bro, it's real simple. You get paid by the hour. If a motherfucker hit you up, you making $21 an hour. And a motherfucker hit you up and be like, hey, dog, you gonna get this. You going to get a work vehicle. You going to get a work cell phone, this and that. And we gonna pay for your travel time. And you're going to get $30 an hour. I bet you all that loyalty shit you was talking on the NBA Reddit gonna be out the motherfucking window because you're gonna be like, brah, you're gonna do the same thing KD did.
Yeah, quick.
And you gonna join Golden State.
Right.
Because it's human nature.
Ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty.
But for some reason we wanna place that kind of bullshit
on players.
On players as if they're not human beings. Like, dog, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm gonna tell you one thing, dog. What's one thing you know about Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City Thunder. That's all I know.
Only thing I know about Oklahoma other than the Thunder is tornadoes.
Okay.
Who the fuck want to live in a place that got tornadoes?
Facts.
Seriously.
Facts. I mean, but these niggas ain't really buying homes. Like, they leasing homes.
Yeah, but you got to remember one thing. You got drafted. Well, in KD's case, you got drafted by the Sonics. You got drafted by Seattle Sonics.
Right.
By the Supersonics. They moved the team to Oklahoma City.
Right. Ain't shit in Oklahoma.
Dog, I can't even point to Oklahoma on the map.
I don't know.
I just know wherever it is. I don't like.
I don't want to visit. Seattle's the most depressing city in the United States. No. So Oklahoma can't be too far from it.
So then, you're there for about 6 years. You gotta get what I mean. You can afford to rent. Okay, whatever. Because that's how everybody does. Oh, you make enough money. Suck it up. Shut the fuck up, homie. Right. Shut the fuck up. Because I know motherfuckers that get a raise and all of a sudden now they're making 90 to 100 racks salary a year and then they still complaining. So shut the fuck up. I don't like hearing that shit.
Oh, I think
You're in Oklahoma. Dog, imagine how miserable. Yo, you got to be in Oklahoma. I'm going to tell you one thing. I've never come across like a bad bitch on Instagram and her location ever said Oklahoma.
Facts.
Never.
Facts. I was just gonna get to that. I was like,
never.
There's not enough pussy you can buy in Oklahoma to make Oklahoma poppin'. There's
like,
not.
You know what I'm saying? Like Dorothy.
Right.
From the Wizard of Oz.
I'm in Kansas, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of pussy you get in Oklahoma. You get Dorothy's.
Facts. It's weird.
It's either Dorothy or the Wicked Witch of the West.
Facts.
He ain't got no other choices. Ain't no way to slice it, dog.
Right, especially in Oklahoma. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it can't be. I mean, it's bad, but it can't be too bad because obviously they have a city, they have a following. You know what I'm saying? That's how these teams move. You know, shout out to Vegas for finally getting a fucking sports team. The hockey team won some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't knock it. And then now
anybody
get
the Raiders. But
yeah, I mean, Raiders fans are gonna hate this shit.
No, you trust that? You trust?
No, I know it's
the sports betting capital of the country
to get a team,
have a sports team.
Right? No, it's gonna be a scam.
Like, did you forget what happened with Mike Donaghy or however you pronounce his name in the Western playoffs?
But
when he threw that game for the Lakers?
Oh yeah, he's not the only
against
one
against the Kings. No, but that's what I'm saying. And we still got in our history books, we still got the 1919 Chicago Black Sox scandal with the White Sox and shoeless Joe Jackson. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers never thought you would have ever heard the name Joe Jackson on this podcast. Shoeless Joe Jackson. My man threw the goddamn World Series. They try to forget about him in the record books. One of the greatest hitters in baseball history. What the hell you think gonna happen in motherfucking... What you think gonna happen in Las Vegas?
Right.
Pete Rose got banned, the leader in hits in baseball history, and nobody close to Pete Rose in hits. Y'all hate him so bad because he gambled. Because I was there personally when Ichiro Suzuki was retiring. You know what I'm saying? He started playing with the Marlins his final year, and when he did his hit, he got a hit. And they put like boom career no, been past that. He was like 4,600.
Oh shit!
But the thing is, that day he passed Pete Rose's record. However, there was a little asterisk that nobody wanted to tell you in baseball. They were counting his stats from when he played baseball in Japan. Pete Rose is the only person to ever get close. Nigga, ain't nobody next to him. Pete Rose got damn near almost 4,600 hits career, all in the major leagues. They're bringing this motherfucker's stats from Japan, which even though it's a good league, it's not the major leagues because they want to get rid of him. Because why? Because he betted on baseball. So you look back at the games that he betted on because the MLB got lawyers, so they knew how to find what games he betted on. And all the games that they found that he was betting, no, they were winning. He never bet against his, because not only was he playing, he was also the manager of the team at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing was, he never bet against his own team. He was going up there putting, he would put in racks. Like, hey, all money on the Reds.
All me,
Cincinnati Reds.
Right,
it's all on me. And they were winning all them games. So then you fast forward to the NBA, Mike Donaghy, and they're like, damn, why the fuck are the Kings getting all these calls when they're blowing out the Lakers? Right. And they come to find out, now he's in the FBI investigation, starts snitching that he owed bread to the mafia, not even regular motherfuckers.
Right.
He's saying in South Florida, you might owe bread to a couple Dominicans. you owe a couple bread to the banca, allegedly.
Right. You know, some Haitians might have put some things in your hands that you might owe some money for, allegedly.
Come hella high water, allegedly. And this motherfucker talk about, like, the most organized crime syndicate in this whole country.
Right.
And he talk about that. What the hell you think gonna happen when they go to Las Vegas, bro?
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I'm just looking at it from a standpoint where, like, Europe has legalized gambling, which I think is a fucking, like, I don't even know how that works. But like, we're actually working on legalized gambling. Like, more than just Vegas has legalized gambling now. Jersey has legalized gambling.
Plus online shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think once they legalize it completely, how Europe has it, because Europe's had it for a while now. I mean, that's why excuse me. That's why every time you see a bootleg movie, it's about a fucking legalized gambling that they have in the UK because they are making a killing. I think, you know, bro, you legalizing weed, you might as well legalize some gambling, bro. Honestly, and that's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm a gambler. I've never gambled in my life. I don't got no luck with that. I try to play Powerball. That's about it. I put my $20 just like everybody else and try to play. That's the most gambling I've ever done. I've never went to the slots. I don't play roulette. I don't play blackjack. And don't try to convince me.
I'm not going to convince you. I'm probably going to scare you off. Bro, I will never forget. I'm the same like you. I don't like gambling with my money. The only time I gamble with my money.
The only thing I gamble with is pussy. That's the only money I gamble with. I will throw money in the water.
That's a dangerous gamble.
Right, that's the best gamble. Well, I think that's the best gamble. I'll throw some money in the water as far as alcohol.
Bro,
and that's about it.
Only time I ever gamble is something like I personally can control. Like
the pussy. The pussy.
Like CeeLo. Like I'll gamble motherfucking CeeLo all day because you know what I'm saying. But it's me and the dice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. Well, I gotta grip it upside, but whatever. I'm gonna get a head crack every time.
Okay.
So you say, but whatever. Dog, I'm just like you. I don't want to do the slots, no nothing. One day I went to the Seminoles. And you know what I'm saying?
You hit them up. Seminole Indians is what we got. Like
the casino. Not a lot of states got. We actually got like American Aborigines. You know, say Native Americans. Like we got them out here.
Facts.
And you know, say like the Seminoles actually are the highest grossing in the whole entire country.
Oh yeah, facts. Well, because they kept so much land and so much rights that actually they're the most prospering. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. The most prospering Indian nation in the United States.
Not to get off topic, but you know what's crazy is like in the 70s, it was either the 60s or 70s, but they were damn near bankrupt.
Oh yeah.
Like the government was gonna take away their assistance, you know, which is cutting them the check.
Right.
And Osceola, like he came in, bam, did whatever he had to do, boom, 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 kept it going. They own every time you go to a Hard Rock Cafe anywhere in the world, that is Seminole Indian of Florida.
Yeah.
Money. They getting bread off of that. That's their bread and butter. Right. Because they actually have less land than the Miccosukee.
Right, and less land than the Cherokee and all that. And that's what I was going to get into.
Well, that's a little different. Because the Indians over there, like in the Midwest and stuff like that, what they did was, instead of like taking the bread, like, because the Seminoles were like, no, we're going to take the bread and we're going to take some land. What they said was like, no. We don't want no bread, but we're going to keep all of our land.
Right.
So it's a little different. But regardless, I got off track. I went over there and I'm playing the slots. You know, nothing crazy. I'm putting like $1 at a time. Whatever. I put whatever was in the car. You know what I'm saying?
$1 bet? No.
On the slot. No, on the slot.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what it is.
Go ahead.
No, because you know, no.
Hey, you got penny bets.
No, you're like blackjack. No, blackjack. You can't even look at the table without $25.
Right.
You know, it's $25 a hand.
Right.
But you know, no, you put it on the card. It's all digital. So you go to the cashier, whatever. So you know, I was playing whatever it was for the slot. I'm just like, damn. And I'm sitting, and you know, but my palms are itching. So I said, dawg, I know I'm about to hit. And I'm like, damn, I gotta take a piss. You know what I'm saying? Shorty, I'm with. She wanna bang and she wanna go to Wet Willie's. I said, man, fuck it. I'm gonna go take a piss and I'm gonna come right back to the same machine. I feel good. Dog, I take a piss. I come back.
Somebody said
and did this old lady. This old lady, man, she looked like she was on her last leg. Like she looked like she was diagnosed with mesothelioma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she was entitled to compensation. She was that old. But she sat down on that motherfucking seat that I farted on for like 35 minutes.
Right.
All she did was this.
And clocked that bitch.
Bruh, I put about, it was nothing crazy. I may have put about $25 in. Nothing crazy. Bro, she hit that shit. Since I came out of the bathroom, I saw her sit down. Like, when I came out the bathroom, I saw her doing this.
Right.
So she just got there.
Right.
She just put, and when I did, that shit said, $1,300.
Oh.
I've never, you know me, dog. I'm a good, I try to be a good dude as I can. Right. I've never wanted to beat an elderly person in my life and tell her that's my seat, bitch. Right. My goddamn seat. I spent blood, sweat, and tears in this seat.
No, and that's the thing. Like, that's actually the thing. Like, they say the hottest seat in the house in the gambling room is one that somebody just got up from.
Another trick, whenever, especially if you go on cruises, the trick, because on cruises they usually got like, once you go into the main thing, they have one slot right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And what people
You're
do
looking
is,
at it.
people usually go in, they just throw some money, but that is the best one, because since everybody passes it, everybody always gonna throw some bread. Eventually, it's going to hit.
Right.
Mathematically speaking.
Right. Well, they got it down to a science, bro.
No, house never lose.
As soon as listen,
House
and
never
let me explain this to people, because even though I don't gamble, I just got a niche on it. You have to understand, once they went to digital currency, where you have to get a membership card, they know when they should let you hit.
Because they know how many times you win.
They know how many times you played. Fuck that. They know how many times you played. They know how many times you specifically went into the establishment for the purpose of playing. So, I'm not talking about cards. Cards is a whole other thing. I'm talking about only slots. These are all electronic.
Digital,
These are all digital slots. They know how many times you played.
Yep.
What machines you like to sit at.
Yep.
This is all data reference, data recording. So they know when they need you to hit.
It's an algorithm in that.
An algorithm, bro.
Bro, it's like, I try to tell my dog, because he be hitting. He be like, damn, I went to the casino, bam, I won 4 racks. Bam, I want to do that. But the thing is, then he go through like 3-4 weeks of straight losing streaks. But he be like, oh, since I'm a member at the casino, saying I got a free blender and like 3 bottles. Right. And I said, all right, bro, think about it. All right, boom. They give you a bottle of whatever. Okay, boom. So suggested retail price at the gas station here on Plymouth, at B&M Liquors on Plymouth Road,
right,
underneath the turnpike.
Shout out
I
to
fuck
the
with
crib.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? It was like $30. Okay, boom. You got $90 off a bottle, and you got a $50 Ninja or whatever, $100 Ninja blender. But dog, literally, you got $275 worth because you lost $2,500. That is not a good bet.
That's not a come up. You could have easily spent
my best bet. You gonna see me at the blackjack table.
Right, because you do got. I think the chances are like they are the highest, but I think they're like in the 30% range of actually winning.
Bro, I mean,
and also it depends how many players you got amongst you. But they say average is like 30%, other than like roulette or what's the Texas Hold'em.
And I don't even trust the roulettes either.
Oh, they're waiting.
I don't trust none of that. Come on, though. The house never loses because they have all the legal protections to cheat.
Yes, they're allowed to cheat.
You got to think about this. You could be literally. There's a movie, with the motherfucker Rain Man. Right. You could be so smart that you can count the cards. Yeah. Dog, they could kick you out and they could put you in jail for counting cards just because you mad smart and you're very good with numbers and you're very good, like you got a photogenic memory.
You're right.
They are set up to take your money, give the government their little 20%.
Facts.
And they're sitting on 80%.
Facts.
Point blank, period. But hold on, we got a little off track.
I know, this is like mad organic conversation, guys.
It is what it is. That's how you know it is what it is.
Right.
But because you know what I'm saying, we were talking about all that, the 4-point line and all that stuff. But what Adam Silver really trying to do with the NBA, dog, you know what I'm saying, is
you forgot to mention
implement a mid-season championship.
Right.
Which I love, dog. What you thinking about that, bro? Because I love it.
Personally, the only benefit I see out of that is that we share more interest in the regular season. That's the only thing I can think of right now that can literally bring me be like, all right, maybe I'll watch this because maybe I'll see who wins after game 32 or game 35. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it's a terrible thing. What are you going to give?
Okay, but why? But why is it terrible?
What are you going to do? Give players more money for winning one cup and not the other? Who has more recognition? Does one cup play the other instead of just the Western and Eastern Conference? See, that's a thing I didn't even mention yet. What if you win? Let's call it the Golden Cup. We have the Gold Cup in soccer. Let's call it the Golden Cup. What if you win the Golden Cup, right? Mid-season, we still got another 30-something games to play. You win the Golden Cup. You're going towards the playoffs after 72, 73 games or whatever. I don't know. It's like 76.
82.
82. My bad. You go 82 games. You go 40. Let's say 40-something games later. Let's say the Cup champion doesn't win his playoff slot. What do? Do you hold him back? No,
that's the thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of soccer as well.
So, but let's say you won the Cup.
Exactly. If you won the cup, you know what that means? You automatically have a slot in the playoffs. Like it's simple mathematics.
But not exactly.
No.
Because even if you win half your game,
that's the way you make it.
No, because
that's the way you make it.
Right, but
that's how you got to make it.
Yeah, but even if you make it that way, we both know that they have rankings of teams with like what 36 and 40 or 40 and.
Well, then guess what?
40 and 38 or something like that.
We got 8. You know what I'm saying? We got 8 squads. Well, guess what? If you're a sub 500 team, guess what? You're limited. You're not going to be in the playoffs no more with a sub 500 record.
But what if they win the cup? See, the cup can't be. It's really the Sabbath.
That's the equalizer. No, that is because that's the way it works. That's the way it works in soccer.
Yeah, but it would have to be like how the college situation is, where everybody comes to this tournament. It's single elimination, and whoever wins at the end wins at the end.
I think they should do it exactly like FIFA. You got to do it exactly like FIFA does it. It's 2 games. It's 2 games. Boom. You get the collective. And you get a score, and it keeps score. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, in 2 weeks, all those games in that 2-week span is for that. Then it's going to be the regular season again that goes for the playoffs. Then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be another 2 weeks of that. Boom. And it's going to, because at the end of the day, you got to do it so a way that you win that, you're automatically in the playoffs. Because it gives you an incentive. Because what we're seeing now is a lot of motherfuckers tanking to get the number 1 pick.
Right.
Like that's it, dog. It's it. Like, because I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's a goddamn travesty that we got a motherfucker like Zion playing for the fucking Pelicans.
I swear to
because
God.
we already seen what they did with Anthony Davis for 7 years.
Right.
Not a goddamn thing.
Them. Yeah.
The only thing they did, was give him somebody that could style his unibrow. That was it. He got a nice tape on his unibrow. They probably found like one Dominican motherfucker in New Orleans that taped the shit up. And that was it. But what did it do for him?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
That's a place that you go to, like, you pad your stats, you do good enough in a sorry ass spot so you can get big money when you go to your next spot.
Right, okay.
It's stupid.
Okay, so
we need to relegate teams. We need to make teams really like, hey, you either compete or you don't compete, but y'all motherfucker gotta bang it.
Right.
Because like I understand, okay, like Minnesota. Who the fuck wanna live in Minnesota?
Right.
And I'm a green dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's something like I'm a Green Bay Packer fan.
Right.
So like I be getting mad when we can't get free agents. But it's like, some real shit. Who the fuck want to live in Wisconsin?
Nobody.
The shit is
and
mad cold.
I lived in Wisconsin. Nobody wants to live in Wisconsin.
Dog, it's cold as shit, dog.
Right.
And on top of that, if you're a fan, like, dog, literally, I swear to God, dog, they stadium, it's literally high school bleachers.
Yeah.
Just sitting down on straight cold.
Facts.
Plus, it's fucking 30 degrees, and then it's snowing, so it's 30, but it really feel like a 10.
Facts.
And then your ass cheeks is glued because you can't get up, and you get up, and you know, so all of a sudden you lost a right butt cheek.
Facts.
You can't do it.
Shout out to West De Pere and East De Pere, that is right like the next city off of Madison, where the Green Bay Packers play, because nothing about them tells you where they play. Like, Green Bay is a big ass like general city, like how Chicago has little cities within a city. So there is no Green Bay for Green Bay Packers. It's Madison where they play. But shout out to West and East De Pere, because y'all got some beautiful white women, as I repeat, but that's where they make them. That's where they make white women and white men.
You got to take my dog's review with a grain of salt.
Nigga, I was there.
No. But he really like white women. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
All right. That is a good shot. That is a good shot.
But but on some serious shit.
On some serious shit, that's where they make white women.
No, but that's okay. See, you getting off. See, you inebriated, but hold on. You inebriated, man. We gonna take a shot.
Shot to white women.
I ain't drinking to that.
And well, Madison, Wisconsin for the Green Bay Packers. That's what's up.
God bless and bless God.
But back to the topic.
What I'm talking about is, you gotta give some teams some kind of incentive.
Right?
You got to, because the other thing that they're talking about is, even depending on the record, depending on where you
stand
in that mid-season tournament,
right,
you could play for a slot in the playoffs, like the real playoffs.
Right, the real
because
playoffs.
Like at the end of the day, bro, like you need multiple cups. Like me personally, the reason why I'm so behind this is because years ago, I've been
Go ahead.
Years ago, I've been saying this for baseball. I said, yo, like baseball got so much games that it needs this kind of shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm giving a pros and cons to it because I really see where yes, it would be a benefit. Okay, let's say we could put it in the wild card slot, like how they do in football. If the NBA had a wild card slot where you get first round seeded,
I like that.
Let's say if this cup was to actually go fulfilled, you'll get a wild card slot.
Boom, I like that.
That's all we can do for you.
Okay, the champion and number 2 play for a wild card, or the champion and number 8 play for a wild card slot.
Boom,
I like that. Now, I will also say, you know what I'm saying, like, in terms of the longevity of it, the reason why it's also a good idea to me, going back to how it's done in soccer.
Right.
It doesn't matter if, let's say, ABC has the season rights for all the Heat games. But okay, they got no. Hold on.
Going into logistics.
I'm okay because guess what? This benefits the players. The NBA is more of a player-friendly league, so we got to talk realistically about the logistics of it. You make more money. The league makes more. Everybody benefits. But this is how to make more money. It's real simple. You do the same thing that that FIFA does. So during the regular season, okay, boom. In South Florida, ABC or whoever the fuck, they got all the games for the regular season for the Heat. However, those 30 or 25 odd games that are for the midseason tournament, those are up for grabs. So it's a bidding war. It could be NBC, it could be ABC, it could be CBS, it could be ESPN, TNT, TBS, whoever's going to pay most. So what does that mean? Now all of a sudden, for the same amount of games, for the same amount of performance, exertion, all that shit, guess what? Now you're making probably an extra $15 million in revenue, and that's just off the players' end. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's a pros and cons situation where it's great for the players, it's great for the industry.
If you can make more money at your job while still working the same 40 hours, and you say no to that opportunity, you are what we call a dickhead.
Right, or doofus, whatever.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
Doofy, what was it from Scary Movie?
No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to say another word, but I don't know if you're allowed to say no more in 2019.
Nah.
Can you call people retarded?
right.
I don't know if you can. If you can,
comment below if we can still say retarded.
Am I allowed to?
Comment below.
Because I know we still make fun of fat people in 2019, but like, can we still call like dumb people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel kind of bad.
No, I agree. And see, but the other thing is like, will the team that wins the cup, will they still have the same energy playing for the rest of the season? And that's my biggest worry. Like, let's say you win the cup, right? Like, man, I'm already chilling, bruh. Like, I don't gotta play really these next 30 games.
But you gotta remember, because remember, the next games are to be like actually place yourself for the NBA playoffs.
But you're already placed. No, unless we do the wild card thing. No, but we do the wild card thing, you still got some finicky shit.
No, right. But that's what I'm saying. Like you still like. Do you not want to win the finals? Do you not want to win the NBA championship?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna win, because to me, the best way they can do it is like, okay, boom, East, Midwest, West. It's going to be 3 different championships. Whatever teams is in the geographical location, that's what the fuck you playing for the mid cup.
No, you have to do West and East because when you go for the playoff spot, you would have to do whoever won the cup against whoever won.
No. But what I'm saying, the cups could be divided a little bit more differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could be. It could be. Remember, they got about 3 years to work this shit out.
Right.
But I'm just saying what I'm thinking for me personally. Bam, and you know, and they work that shit out. They can figure it out.
Right. Well, I just don't want it to become, my bad. Not to cut you off. I just don't want it to become wrestling where there's an intercontinental champion, there's a tag team champion. No, not in basketball.
Are you gonna fight a 4'3" midget? It'd be unfair.
For the Intercontinental Championship in wrestling?
Do you see why they may need a midget championship belt? Because why are you gonna fight a midget for a midget?
They have a whole nother league.
No, but he in the WWF too. You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna fight for the midget championship belt? It don't even matter. It'd be like, you a fucking bully.
But that's why, like, okay, like,
you are what we call a dickhead.
But in wrestling, like, that's the thing. Like, they have an Intercontinental. They have, I don't know how many. But
it's all weight class. It's all weight class.
No, not exactly. Intercontinental has nothing to do with weight class. The Intercontinental Champion can also be the world wrestling champion. And
but he just got to do more deadlifts.
Right, facts.
He got to gain some weight for the muscle.
Right. Well, because they're not gonna have a scrawny dude. I mean, other than like.
Bro, it's like motherfucking dog.
This generation's different.
I remember when The Rock used to be Rocky Maivia.
Right.
When he was in the Nation of Domination.
Right.
And
I remember when Mankind was fucking.
Which one? Pick one.
No.
Which one?
Dude Love. And he was smoking. Fuck, man. Now you put me on the point.
Which
I remember when he was Dude Love.
He was Cactus Jack.
I remember when he was Cactus Jack.
Dude Love.
I remember when he was Mankind. I remember when he was the other dude, like his regular shit. Mick Foley. Right, the manager and the wrestler. And he had one more. I can't remember right now, but
it was Mick Foley, Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack.
And Mick Foley, the manager, like.
I mean, you talk about managers.
Well, I'm saying he was managing fucking players and shit. It's just like there's another dude, Eric something. I forgot his name right now. But my point is, the only reason I bring up the wrestling thing is because my point is that I don't want it to be so divided to where we consider the Midway Cup, because that's probably what they'll call it or some dumb shit. The Midway Cup to be as important as the NBA Finals championship.
It's never, because guess what? Because none of the cups, you know what I'm saying, in soccer, you know what I'm saying, like none adds up to the main cup.
No, like, because the nigga that won, like right now we have the the Gold Cup playing right now. You telling me the team that wins the Gold Cup right now is not gonna be like, fuck it, we won something? We are in the area of participation trophies right now.
No, because you got to remember one thing, dog.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna give you no, because now I'm gonna give you stats now, just to show you how it works, because it's been happening. Because you're giving like the same kind of response that Sarah Spain did. Sarah Spain's was like, oh, it has no history behind it, but it's like, of course it has no history behind it. It's never been done before.
Okay.
This is how you build the history. And this is how it happens. Because at the end of the day, dog, if it's working for soccer, you got to remember one thing. Soccer's been around for a very long time.
Right.
Soccer might be
the oldest sport.
Like older than baseball. And baseball old as dirt. And like, dog, and today you ain't gonna touch me on baseball, because today it was the Yankees versus the Red Sox in London.
Longest rivalry.
No, but in London, and I started getting mad nostalgic, and I started looking up mad stats. I'm talking about, I started looking up Babe Ruth stats, then Barry Bonds stats, then Alex Rodriguez, because Alex Rodriguez was calling the game. And it broke my heart, because I'm just like, bro, if I'm Alex Rodriguez, I ain't doing nothing for the Yankees. Like, y'all motherfuckers got rid of me when I got 696 home runs. All you needed 4 home runs. But I'm thinking emotionally. And then when I look at his stats from his last 2 seasons, I'm like, oh shit. He probably made the decision that I come back because he felt embarrassed.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? But they are the oldest sport, and you see it. Now,
baseball's
this what I'm about to tell you.
Organized to be the oldest sport. It has to be soccer. But that's besides the point.
In America, it definitely is the oldest sport.
But fuck America. I'm talking about the world. The world is more
I'm gonna tell you straight up, homie.
Oh, my bad, Trump.
If you don't like America, dog, I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers straight up. No, because everybody love talking shit in America, because that's how raw America is.
We can say that.
You allowed to talk shit about America in America. Dog, but look, dog, boom. I'm going off topic real quick. The new press secretary for the White House, guess what happened to her?
Go ahead.
They say that she got bruises all over her arms, and she got a black eye. Why? Because the press in North Korea got into a fade with the military in North Korea. She got caught in the middle, and both sides was smashing her in the president.
I believe
because,
it.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. We in America. Like, we allowed to say, man, fuck that shit in America. All the other countries in the world, they wish they could say fuck that shit.
I agree.
There's a reason, because the thing is, nigga, we in America. The thing is, when you got big monkey nuts, you do what you want. And we been dragging our nuts, nigga, since 1776. What you mean now?
I'll say since 1912.
Nigga, 1912.
1912.
But we slanged our nuts all up and down the Queen of England back in them days.
Yeah, but it wasn't even a queen, it was a king.
Well, whoever, there was nuts on somebody's forehead.
No, but we got smacked up a little bit because of the whole
Pearl Harbor shit. But who won?
All right, we're only going to talk about winners.
Pearl Harbor was different. It was a little different. Because guess what?
Smacked up.
Okay, they blew up one boat, we blew up an entire nation.
Yeah.
Guess what? let them swing.
Right.
We let them shit swing.
Right, on that
Like,
top.
there are, as fucked up as it sounds, I'm not advocating none of this shit, but as fucked up as it sounds, guess what? You want to know how you know we won? Because there's still motherfuckers born around Hiroshima that have, like, 3 penises and a tail.
Yeah.
Like, we fucked them up for life.
Yeah, for sure.
And guess what?
Well, that's
and guess
why
what?
they're
And
so
guess what?
emasculated in Asia. Like,
And guess what?
it's not even a joke.
Guess what?
Go ahead.
We let them nuts swing.
We did. It's
At the end of the day, if you know you in a room where ain't nobody gonna whoop you, what you go? You can talk a little bit. You can talk a little bit more shit than you. Cause we talk a lot of shit by nature. But when you know for a fact, you're like, wait a minute. Oh,
right, this nigga. Right, this nigga.
Because it's our nuclear weapons. I look and be like, I'm the only motherfucker with a strap, and I got a 45 on.
Right.
And everybody here got pocket knives.
Right. That's why I don't. And look, even just because we're getting off basketball, we're gonna go into politics a little bit.
I'm gonna be like, man.
Just let y'all know. No,
it's so crazy. USA, I'm a representative. Rub my nuts all over there. What you gonna do about it? And I rub my nuts on your old lady. What you gonna do about it?
That's why I don't believe when the U.S. is like, oh, we're trying to eliminate world mass destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction.
We're trying to eliminate weapons of mass
destruction.
Yeah,
we are. Because we know we been talking shit.
No.
We want to stop other niggas from having it.
What it is that we're the big brother. We're making sure the little brother ain't got no pistols put up to shoot dad.
We want to make sure ain't nobody go get mad at us and whoop our ass.
Right.
Like, hey, hold on, what you doing? We can stop you while you're still young.
Right, because we got weapons of mass destruction. Let's stop the bullshit. If we had Hiroshima and Nagasaki, bro, like, that's the least of y'all worries now. We're in 2020. Them bombs are probably quintupled in their damage as far as what they're gonna do. Like niggas could probably literally take out nations. Like right now. Like niggas could probably, like, we over here playing with Putin and shit. Like, oh, Putin is a big deal. Like, bruh, America has the technology, bruh. We would wipe Russia off the face of the earth.
However,
though we don't want to do that because
we can't. Not kill
nobody.
No. We literally can't. Because the thing is, dog, you
gotta. We would be the bad guy.
No, not because of that. I forgot the exact. No, there's an exact name for it. Because nigga, they already theorized this shit in the '60s. That's why it was called the Cold War.
Right.
Because it's like, remember, Russia was feeding all the other weapons to your people, to Cuba.
Right.
Because why? Because Cuba right next to Florida.
Right. So
but that's where the problem lies. We're so far away that by the time we realize, oh shit, and you know what I'm saying, damn. They sending the weapon this way. Man, fuck that shit. Send the weapon that way. You know what's going to happen? They going to hit us. Then we going to hit them. Then the radiation is going to spread.
From that area,
because now it's like, we hit them.
It's balloon.
They hit us. It's going to come and say, like, we will literally kill ourselves. Like, that's why we try so hard to talk to motherfuckers. Be like, hey, we got to vibe.
Right, chill out.
I know you a fuck nigga.
Right.
But I know you will kill me.
Right.
And like, you know I'm going to kill you.
Right.
So we got to at least try to be.
That's my thing.
You know I don't fuck with you, but we got to come to an agreement, dog.
You sell on this side, I sell on this side.
Oh, no.
Don't cross my line.
No, but the thing is, you the hardest motherfucker in the world. I'm the second hardest motherfucker in the world. No. We got to sit next to each other.
Right.
Because we got to talk to each other.
Because nobody else. Nobody else is in the conversation.
Because nobody else matters. Because you and me decide if everybody else in the world even exists. No, even exists.
Yeah, gets to play. That's what I'm saying. Gets to play. That's what I mean.
Because no, every war that's going on in the world, you and me are in control of it.
Right.
But what we do is we send our little homies to make the hit.
Right.
Hey, go handle that shit.
Right.
Hey, you already know, dog. I got you.
Right, which is so funny.
Because guess what? You gotta let them nuts hang when you can. When you can.
And I agree. I agree.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I agree.
That's why I don't know why people try to act like it's the real world politics. Everything is exactly the same thing in the streets, bro.
Oh yeah, facts.
Because if you see the streets, we get it from the politics, from the real world, from the politics. That's where we get it from.
It's the art of war, bro. You cannot.
And guess what?
You never want fair.
And you never want a motherfucker to hang his nuts over you.
Facts.
You want to drag your nuts over somebody else.
Facts.
But going back to what the fuck we were talking about, I don't know how we got so off topic.
Well, because we just went into
about Europe. No, we were talking about Europe and other shit.
Right.
But no. But this is what I'm saying. Boom. Like Real Madrid.
Right now.
Like Real Madrid. La Liga Championship. Like, it's real cool. Like La Liga Championship.
Right.
They playing for Spain.
Right.
The Spanish league was La Liga. Like it looks like they got their own league.
Right.
On top of that, they also playing, you know what I'm saying? They also playing for the fucking the Champions League because they're the Champions League. So it's another league inside of their league, and it's going well. Because guess what happened? The jerseys get a little thing, but it don't matter enough because because at the end of the day, your league is still La Liga. You know what I'm saying?
La Liga, right?
It still plays a part into it. So to me, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. Like it's real simple. Because at the end of the day, if you win. Because everybody gets banners.
That's the problem. Like,
No, everybody gets banners. You got to understand that.
Right.
The Atlantic Division, if they even still exist, I don't know if they changed the name, but the Atlantic Division used to be where the Heat used to play back in the day. But you know, when you're number one in that, you get the Atlantic Division. Like you still get banners. That's why there's banners all over the place.
Right.
But as I'm saying, so why does it matter if we're gonna fucking throw a little bit more of importance on this shit? To me, I think it's better. Like I said, the players will make more money. The league will make more money when you subsidize those games and you throw them on different channels.
It's worth it.
It's better for everybody.
Right.
It prevents teams like the Knicks and all these motherfuckers from tanking and shit. To me, I think it's beautiful.
All right, so
it's very good.
So then let's really implement that into our next. Well, season 2020 to 23.
Oh, whenever the fuck. Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
Whatever that range is, let's just try it out. Let's try it out.
I mean, hopefully. Because they already went weird. Like, now, the NBA, you're not allowed to say, like, if you own the team, you're no longer a team owner. You can't say the word owner anymore.
Well,
you got to be
publicly traded.
No,
most, not all.
No, the majority of
publicly traded.
The majority of them are not.
Really?
Yeah. Dan Gilbert owns the Cleveland Cavaliers the same way that he owned the city of Detroit.
Right. And Robert Kraft?
No, Robert Kraft don't own none, but
some
not anymore. Not anymore.
$79.99 pussy. I mean, hey, shout out to Robert Kraft, bro. We probably the only niggas that's still supporting you, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie.
If I get a tweet back from Robert Kraft, that would probably make this fucking show.
This is gonna be very controversial, but me and Sam talked about it off of the podcast, so I want to bring it up onto the podcast. To me, what Robert Kraft was saying that he was recorded by the bitch that saying he was sleeping with. To me, it wasn't nothing racist, nothing controversial. I'm gonna talk to y'all motherfuckers, all my dudes. I'm gonna talk to y'all motherfuckers on a real one-to-one, eye level basis. And I want y'all to keep it real, not just with me, because I ain't going to, hear what you're thinking. I want you to keep it real with yourself. If you got a badass bitch, you got bread, you got a badass bitch, and your bitch is hanging out with Magic Johnson. I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro.
No, that's Donald Sterling, bro.
Yeah, no, you talking? Oh shit, my bad.
I said Robert Kraft.
Well, hey, fuck it, I'm too deep now. I'm too deep.
Shot.
I don't think
you owe me a shot, nigga.
You gotta pull me up. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think what Donald Sterling really did with that bag. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I don't think he was racist. What I think is because everybody know a white motherfucker that be saying the N-word, dog. Everybody let a couple white niggas slide with the N-word. So what I think is, you know what I'm saying? Even though I know for a fact that ain't what it is. But I'm going to tell you straight up. If I got me a bad bitch, I don't want none of my bitches chilling around Magic Johnson, bro.
Facts.
I live in South Florida. This man mosquito gonna bite him. They bite my bitch.
And it's a wrap.
My whole life is different.
Yeah, no,
it is different. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know what I'm talking about, and we gonna keep it a buck right now. We gonna keep it a buck right now.
Roll it back, cause you
we gonna keep it a
Robert
buck
Kraft
right
with
now.
Donald Sterling. And you know what?
My bad.
I couldn't even remember Robert Kraft 2 days ago. I'm
gonna tell you straight up. Robert Kraft. I know he's also all rich Caucasians are racist. If you're that old and you're rich and white, you're racist. No doubt about it. No doubt, it's just the way it is.
Well, he was loving his Asian persuasion sister, I guess.
Of course, it's a fetish. The same way all these politicians that be so anti-gay, they be at gay strip clubs.
Oh, you seen the governor?
Oh,
The governor. Hey, sorry, guys.
We all over the place. This is a real inebriated podcast.
Yeah,
yes.
there was a governor.
He was putting the dollars. He had the dick right in his face.
Right.
I said, "Oh,
that shit was crazy."
This motherfucker was just saying all the fags should die. He had a dick right in his eyeball. I said, "Oh,"
and was tipping.
Yo, he was tipping on fofo. You know, shout out Paul Wall.
Shout out, but yeah, dog. Like I completely forgot about that. You know what it is?
He had a slab right here.
Right.
He was seeing green like a Heineken bottle.
No, you know what it was that I completely forgot because I had it on one of my tabs for Google Chrome, and I guess accidentally or it closed on me that the Google Chrome deleted all my tabs because I just amass tabs because I try to read everything, bro.
Yeah, you
like
want to.
No, but like instead of like reading newspapers, like I just read news articles all the time. Like,
don't nobody read newspapers anymore.
Right. No, and so I'm reading so many articles that it's just there's no way to read all these articles. Like it would literally take a whole day just to read as many articles as I try to do. I might not read a book, but I'll read a motherfucking article. So when I came across that. And I seen the picture. It's on WorldStar. Y'all can go check it out right now. Shout out to WorldStar because that's probably one of my favorite news outlets. Even though
it's also on it's also like on the New York Times
or Facebook.
But I'm saying but it's also on New York Times. Like you could read digital newspapers. Like you don't gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I read digital news articles. So
the thing is, if you care about the craft and you care about that shit, this is like just a little quick commercial. If you really care about that kind of shit, because in any kind of government, you need nonpartisan news reporting. You don't need nobody on the side. And unfortunately, what you're seeing is the only way that these news syndicates and these news places even survive is by becoming partisan. And they become either, alt left or they become alt right. And we don't need none of that. The news is supposed to be to tell you the truth. Yeah. It ain't picking no sides. And unfortunately, there's no money anymore in telling what it is.
The truth.
So, like, everybody, like, you need to support. Like, you gotta get off your goddamn Instagram and
get off the cell phone, bro. Just listen to the Inebriated podcast.
No, but I'm being serious. I'm telling you, the future of democracy stands for it.
Yes.
Because at this rate, I'm telling you, you young motherfuckers, for some reason, y'all begging for socialism. Y'all don't want socialism. Y'all just lazy motherfuckers that ain't never worked before. Y'all don't want socialism. Because when socialism come, it's gonna come and it's gonna hit everybody. And that's the thing. You got to support real journalism, and you got to support it to make sure that it does not pick sides. Because the truth don't pick sides. And that's really the main thing that I'm trying to get at. Because, like the shit gets crazy. So that's why I was telling Sam, like, with the Donald Sterling shit, is like, you know what I'm saying? All right, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody say he was an asshole and shit like that. It makes sense. When you're that kind of asshole and you speak like that behind closed doors and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You Caucasoid, Caucasian like that, you're damn right you might be a little racist, especially if you're that old. But however, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't want my old lady hanging out with Magic Johnson. Straight up. I don't want that shit. For what? And I'm going to keep it even realer with you. I don't want my old lady hanging out with no 6'11" nigga. If I'm a fucking white boy, I don't want my old lady right now hanging out with nobody 6'11". I don't care what color you are. I ain't gonna disclose how tall I am, but I'm only as tall as I am. I want my old lady to a no nigga 6'11". You got a goddamn brother, let alone a 6'11" nigga with AIDS.
I'm back in.
No, you gotta wait. I really don't want my old lady to a 6'11" motherfucker with AIDS.
Facts.
We just gotta keep it realistic out here.
Right.
You telling me you gonna let your old lady go out drinking, and you know your old lady get a little freaky on the cup of wine, and she was drinking a cup of wine with Magic Johnson? You shut the fuck up, you liar. You go make sure you take a blood test before you even put your dingling near her palm,
right,
let alone her vagina. Yeah, we just gonna keep it real.
Yeah, we gotta keep it real.
We gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it real.
No, I agree.
We gotta keep it real.
I agree to that extent.
Now, Robert Kraft, on the other hand, because I mistook it. Now, Robert Kraft, on the other hand, like I said, you're that old, you're that white, I know for a fact you racist. It's just the name of the game.
Right.
Like you already know how white, you know what I'm saying? Like the cool white kids will be like, man, that's just my grandma. You know she old. That's just what she.
Which has happened and does happen.
Yeah, dog. Guess what, dog? That's how it passes down. It's like height or like baldness. It may skip a generation, but guess what? It hit you. You the cool dude. But guess what? Your little brother, he gonna grow up to be racist. Like that's just the way it works.
The possibility exists. It does exist.
That's just the way it works.
And especially here in South Florida, since we're such a multicultural area, we have experienced. I mean, as being a multicultural person, we have experienced this. So we're speaking from a first-hand experience. If you're living in a rural area, I completely understand where you might not be experiencing this. You might only have black, white, and Mexicans, where you only consider Hispanics Mexicans. I understand, but there are more Hispanics than just Mexicans. That is also an aspect of racism. Like in Chicago, let me just jump this real quick and I'll nip it in the bud. In Chicago, I have experienced firsthand, I lived there for 5 years, I have experienced firsthand where I was considered a Mexican. Now, me being a Caribbean folk, we have a discrepancy as far as like Mexicans are Mexicans, we are Caribbean Latinos. So there is a divide. But as being addressed by black and white, I have been told that, yo, you Mexican, bro. Because the knowledge is not there. Just like in South Florida, we have Jamaicans, we have Haitians, we have Bahamians, we have Trinidadians that are of very dark melanin descent. So with that being said, I would never just call a black person just black just because of their skin color. I'm going to address them. Hold on, let me get it up. I'm going to address them by their native territory. So even in Chicago, there are a lot of Jamaicans, surprisingly, but they don't even identify themselves as Jamaicans because they are so oppressed in their religion. I mean, not in their religion. I'm sorry, in their nationality, that they're oppressed at just being black. Just like how other people oppress other Latinos for being Mexican. It's an oppression. It's an oppression move. And I just want my people to know in Chicago, like, there's not just Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. There's many other nationalities that live in Chicago, live in these metropolitan areas. And just please be considerate when you address your next Latino or your next black folk, or even your next white folk. Shout out to my Albanians, my Bosnians. Shout out to my gypsies. I fucks with y'all. Believe me, there's many different nationalities when it comes to this black, white, and brown shit. So just be a little bit more conscious when you make that next decision. And that's all I'm trying to say.
No. The only thing I was trying to say, what you were saying is like, you automatically assume that boom, Jamaican means like you say, black. Blah, blah. You got to understand the integration that goes on. There's a whole subculture that goes on for Jamaica. It's like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, she's trying to run for president and all that stuff. If you want to vote for her, you know what I'm saying, top cop, RoboCop. She got a lot of people on some misdemeanor charges locked behind bars. If you want to vote for that kind of shit, then you can vote for that kind of shit. But I ain't voting for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't voting for nobody like that.
Right.
That's a whole nother subject. But you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, boom, she's Jamaican. And one of my homeboys will say straight up, she is not black. Because the way he views it is, to be black, you got to be black American. She's Jamaican. She's Jamaican, and plus she's mixed, and she's like Creole, whatever the fuck it is. Something like that. But then I had a Jamaican motherfucker jump in, and he was like, wait a minute. In Jamaica, like, she ain't even considered black. Like, she coolie. Which
is a whole nother subgenre.
No, but it is what it is, because at the same time, I know a lot of motherfuckers that they Chinese. In Jamaica, they be like, bro, hey, you're Chinese. What that mean? You Jamaican. But you know what I'm saying? You're Chinese. You're bomb.
Because Asia
and then also, you got to remember, America is completely different than everything that goes on in the West Indies and everything.
Yeah.
When you, like, the term black means you are a black American. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your ancestors came here, you was raised here, boom, and you grew up in America. Like, that's it. You are American. And that's the only thing I was trying to jump into. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I can't ever jump into the situation. Because I'm Dominican. Like, the percentage points alone, you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of per capita, the Dominican Republic is one of, Jamaica is another one of the most mixed race countries in the entire planet Earth.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Our white population is I believe like either 10 or 15%. Our black population is either 15 to 16%. Like that was it.
Right,
Everything else in between is straight. You're just mixed race.
Right.
And it is what. That's why you'll see black skin colored people with straight hair, and you'll see super white people with coarse curly nappy hair.
Right.
And then you'll see a blend in between. It's completely different. And the thing that matters the most in all these conversations and things like that is honestly is the culture. Because culturally everything is different. There's no culture like American culture, and that's one thing we got to realize, that as much as with everything that's going on in the world, like in terms of hip hop and everything, without America, that hip hop wouldn't exist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit is being pushed out everywhere else in the world. Like America is its own breed. That's why you hear people that you look at and be like, oh, well, you're black. Why aren't you supporting this black candidate? Shit that. And they tell you straight up, because you know what? Hold on, wait a minute. Her background, her old boy French or her old girl French, her other people Jamaican.
Right.
She ain't black. And be like, oh, what do you mean she ain't black? She got a straight. No, she ain't black. She's not American.
Right.
Her culture is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was ridiculed because, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know about sewers when I came to America. I literally, you know what I'm saying, when I would take dumps when I came to America.
Right.
And I don't even want, I was goddamn 17, 18 years old when I started flushing toilet paper down the toilet.
Right.
I didn't know.
Right, about central plumbing.
I didn't know.
And we had a whole issue actually here. Like,
I didn't know.
There's a big divide where people have, like, city plumbing. City plumbing is not as popular here as it is in other cities. We also have septic plumbing, where septic tanks and all that. So it might be different for y'all, but this is a reality for us.
I don't know about it. So like my whole life I was just like, bro, you always got to throw toilet paper. You know, and when I was 18, my dad was like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Like, no, that's fucking disgusting.
Right.
And I was 18 years old when I was like, oh shit, I can flush toilet paper down the toilet.
Right. At his crib.
At his crib. It's a cultural difference.
Right.
And that's what it's saying when it comes to little shit like that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, like that's the kind of difference that people usually don't pay attention to.
Right.
Because they just assume and they look at you and they assume you're one thing. Like you said, oh, Mexican this or Mexican that. And that's like the craziest thing about it. Because it's like, when you see Klay Thompson, do you think Mexican?
I don't know what they think.
But Klay Thompson can't be out in the sun as long as we can be. You see what I'm saying?
I don't. He's going to get burnt.
He's going to get burnt faster than we going to get burnt.
Right.
I got to be out in the sun for at least 20 hours, like straight.
Right.
And the sun ain't even up for 20 hours.
Right.
But the sun ain't even up for 20 hours.
Right.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. He gonna get burnt, no STD.
But that's what I'm saying, because we're still going by certain rules.
Right.
We're still going by like the rules after the Civil War. Like the rules back then was 1 drop of blood and you're considered bomb.
Right.
Like, we're still going by that rule, and like, you know what I'm saying?
That consideration for your nationality.
When you look at Diana Ross's family,
right,
and then you look at Kim Kardashian's family, the backbone of the family is Diana Ross, a black woman, half black, half Jewish woman,
right?
Because her name ain't even Diana Ross in real life,
right?
You look at Kim Kardashian's family, white, Armenian, she from Europe, she white,
right?
But
Still
guess what?
white.
No, but guess what?
Of Eastern European
when you look at the lineage, everybody on Kim Kardashian's side, they straight brown, they black.
Right.
Everybody on Diana Ross's side, they white.
And that's just what it is.
But you want to look at Diana Ross's offsprings and everything like that, and you consider them black.
Right.
You'll look at Kim Kardashian's offspring and like that, and consider them white.
Right. When they're a vast difference.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
like it's complete racial, socioeconomical. Like you could even call it gerrymandering semantics.
Facts.
At the end of the day,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Because you want to pull out some shit
When
during
you
some
want.
racist time in America, like, oh, well, 1 drop of blood is this, and it's like, dog, at the end of the day,
you do what you want.
Culture is what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm Dominican, okay, whatever. Okay, I'm mixed race since I'm Dominican, because, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what it means? Am I American? That's where I draw the line.
Right.
No, but that's where I draw the line. I'm not the one to decide that.
Right. And we'll leave it up for you guys to decide. This has been another episode of the Inebriated Podcast. Check us out on all social media websites. We're going to leave it on this topic because I know we definitely hit probably the hour mark. Check us out on all social media websites. Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Wherever you can reach us. Spreaker. There's another major platform that we're on. Check us out on Patreon. Check us out on all social media websites. This has been another episode of the Inebriated Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
Yup.